So sorry that I just technical difficulty. So here we are actually live. Today we are going to be cooking the hearty hemp and chickpea recipe kit. Now this is one of Fleetful's. At the moment it's only available in the UK, but after watching this you may want to let me know if you're from a different country, you know, yay, please can you make this available in our country? And if there's enough people who want it, then obviously we will look into that. So today we're looking at hearty hemp. As you can see here, I've got a big saucepan on the boil and there is 3 litres of water in here at the moment. Normally I would probably use boiling water just so it heats up quickly, and obviously I'd be using my own hooker, but this is a makeshift kitchen in the middle of our unit, so I think I've done all right, haven't I? I mean, I've got a little table, a little chopping board, so here we go. I've done this so many times, but there is actually a recipe here which talks all sorts of different things about what vegetables you need and then how to use the protein powder. It's literally vegetables, protein powder, and I'll kind of talk through about all the other bits as well because there's a supplement topping on top. So let's have a look what veg we've got. Now the recipe calls for 400 grams of green veg. It actually says courgettes, so we've got courgettes here. If you're in the UK at the moment, courgettes aren't doing too well this year, and I'm really annoyed because normally I chop them up into little bits and freeze them, and then I've got lots and lots and lots of veg to use for the rest of the year for fleet food. But here we go, here's a shop bought one because at the moment mine are only teeny tiny in the garden. It's because of all that weather we've been having. I'm also going to add in a little bit of cabbage, and here is a waste product, which is the stalk from a broccoli. And so I don't actually like this that much, or sometimes I chop a bit in my food, but it's perfect for fleet food because it's really, really nutritious and it's just going to go in the bin anyway. So we need 400 grams or roughly 400 grams worth of green veg. Now I'm just going to chop this up. Now broccoli stalk is quite hard. It's full of nutrients, but normally I would grate the veg because if you grate it and add it, it means that you need less cooking time, and less cooking time means less time, and it also means less electricity as well. And so actually once this is boiled, it shouldn't take longer than 5 minutes on the stove to make this dog food. Now, why would you actually cook dog food yourself? You know, surely it's just easier to, you know, open a packet of kibble and just feed your dog. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's easier as well to open a packet for us, isn't it? So, you know, you could get your microwave meal, open your packet, put it in the microwave, and then there you go. But actually, is that what's best for us? No. So if you can add home-cooked meals into your dog's diet, then you're actually going to be doing a good thing. You know, even if you don't want to do it 100%. Now, you could pull the wool over your eyes or put your head in the sand or put your head under the carpet and go, oh, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I'm doing the best. My dog food's quality dog food, my dog food's quality. If it's processed and you don't know what's in it and you haven't put it in yourself, you don't know where the vegetables and everything that's come from, then no, you don't know how good or how quality it is. So yeah, just have a think about that. And it's for the same for your own health as well, isn't it? Anyway, ramble, ramble, ramble. This is a bit of organic broccoli stalk going in whilst it warms up on this stove. I've put this on low as well, by the way, so this will take a while to heat, only because I'm not sure this microphone's gonna, let's put it up a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just gonna check if there's any comments to see if people can't hear me properly. No, we're all good, but do comment if you can't hear me. So here we go. I'm going to be chopping, I mean, I know how much roughly 400 grams is of green veg. You can weigh it if you want. It's fine. You could add things like kale. You could add spinach. I don't put that many leafy greens. Now, I do know a nutritionist who says, oh, you can, you know, give most of your dog's leafy green allowance. So dogs need a certain amount of green veg, a certain amount of orange veg every day. If you give it all leafy greens, then, you know, the problem is the oxalates in it, so the anti-nutrients. We don't know what that impacts with different, you know, absorption levels of different other nutrients. So I always put, you know, a small amount of kale, or, you know, so not a lot. And I think I'm just going to put a bit of this cabbage in as well. So, you know, variety is the spice of life. If anybody ever knows of anything to do with nutrition, is the more varied your diet, especially when it comes to plant-based stuff, plant-based foods, the better. And that is the same for our dogs as well. So, you know, giving them a nice varied diet is going to really, really help them on their way. So that's the green veg gone in. And I'm going to get a camera for these type of live cooks if this one's successful, so you can actually see what's going on in the pot. And then you need some carrots. So normally I would grate the carrots. Ah, there's the grater. I don't know what it's like in the US, because I do know I've got a lot of US followers, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for those of you in the US, because I know there's a lot of open-mindedness around the benefits of plants to dogs. Now, you know, everybody kind of, you know, has their own opinions on whether dogs should be vegan or meat-based or whatever, and, you know, I'm not one to kind of judge, but I do know that plant-based diets really do suit certain types of dogs. Dogs with tummy troubles, for instance, it might be worth having a go on a fresh plant-based diet, because actually you know what you're putting in, and then you've also got all of these lovely prebiotic fibres, and prebiotic fibres are what feed the lower intestine and create a lovely varied gut microbiome. And yeah, that's the same for us too. So it's really, really important. You might think, oh, it's too starchy for dogs and but dogs actually do have more amylase, which is the digestive enzyme that digests starch. They have more in their mouths than horses do. So, you know, dogs aren't wolves anymore. Anyway, ramble. Let's grate some of these carrots. There is actually another, hi Fleety, have you got a stick? There is actually another YouTube of me doing this straight away at the start, before I've had years and years and years of making this food. And I'm a lot more nervous. Hopefully today I come across okay. I mean, if you've watched any of my YouTubes, they're kind of rehearsed, they're planned, but this is really off the cuff, so I hope you do enjoy it. I can't see anybody's comments without looking at my phone, I'm afraid. And I hope that you can actually hear me with the grating going on. And I hope the microphone's working. But anyway, we'll just see what goes on here. So I'm grating these carrots. The reason why I'm grating carrots is they won't get digested unless they're small in your dog's digestion. You'll see them in the poo. We don't really want to see them in the poo, because we want to know that they've been digested and all the nutrients have gone through to the dog, because dogs have got very short digestive systems. So grating carrots, or grating a green veg if you can, really helps with that. And like I said, it shortens the cooking time. I don't actually cook mine that much. I've got customers who've been with me for years and years and years, and I'd love to know, actually, if you're watching, or you're watching later when I save it, tell me what you do, if you do anything different, because I'm sure there's different ways. One of my customers, she just blends the veg into a soup, and then she adds the protein powder. I know another customer who basically just puts all the veg in a blender, puts it in the pan, puts it to boil, and then adds the powder. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it and what's easier. I'm all about prepping to make it easier when I'm doing a cook. So I will like chop a load of courgettes up into batches weighed out, or grate a load of carrots. Imagine if there's like a load of organic carrots in the shop and they're going for cheap because there's a surplus. Buy them all up, excuse me, grate them all up, and yeah, bag them and freeze them. I'm just gonna cough over here. excuse me, poor Fleety. She's just over there. Fleety doesn't get my coughs. Okay, so we're grating the carrots. I wanted to say that there is a live cook, and it's really, really funny actually, because it's one I did on Facebook when I first started. And I'm testing myself to do it all under 15 minutes. And I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's all over the place. It's really, really funny. But actually, when I've prepped all the veg in advance, it takes even less than 15 minutes to do a whole batch. And a whole batch, depends on the size of your dog, will last, you know. So a 5 kilogram dog, this is 40 meals, which is 20 days worth. For Fleet, who is 22 kilograms, I actually portion it up into 8, so it lasts for 4 days, which, that's a lot of home cooked food, right, that I have to cook for her. But she's really, really good on it, and it's worth it. So I have to cook every 4 days. Oh no, poor me. It's not poor me at all, is it? It's fine. In fact, what I do is I cook, and then I can do another cook, and then another cook, and then I freeze it. So I'm actually able to, well, I don't have to clean the pan a load of times for a start, and I can just get a load of vegetables and grate it and do it. You know, I'm really one for efficiency. I like efficiency. It might seem daunting at first doing all this, but once you've done it once or twice, 3 times, you know, it's really, really easy. Like, this is the main part, the veg, grating the veg. I'm going to turn this all the way up now. There we go, get that boiling. I can't believe that my 70s cooker is actually quicker at cooking than this stove is. Has anyone been camping this lovely summer, by the way? Because I can just imagine it. Oh, last year we went camping and it was just so wet. It was absolutely awful. And bought a second-hand tent. Don't buy second-hand tents unless you know what you're doing. And it just leaked all the way through. The waterproofing had gone, the poles snapped. It was just awful. You know when you're trying to do something good for the environment and then you're just like, no. Right, I'm going to, yeah, so equipment-wise, yeah, you can kind of see what I've got here. Knife, chopping board, grater, or skip all those and just use a blender. This is an absolute necessity, a wooden spoon or a hard spoon. If you go for things that have got plastic and, what's it called, metal in and joints and stuff like that, you know, you do have to kind of like give it a good mix when you add the protein in. So I always recommend a wooden spoon. Now normally this would be boiling, and this is a live cook, so it's not like I can go, oh, look how easy it is, it's already boiled, and you know, Blue Peter it up. This is what I had earlier. So I'm just gonna chat to you guys about what is in this. So this is the protein powder that we are going to be adding to the cooked vegetables in a minute, once it's reached boiling and boiled for a few minutes. It's called Hearty Hempen Chickpea, and it was formulated by Dr. Arielle Griffiths, who is a renowned vegan vet nutritionist, and she is basically amazing. So check out her website. I'll post a link into the description when I post this live. You'll check out all of her soya-free dog foods. I'm actually going to be doing a video on soya. I think I might have either posted it or we'll schedule it in to do it. So I'll also post that in the description. So we've got, but this is all organic, by the way. So I only use organic, responsibly sourced ingredients. And the reason for that is especially with legumes or any type of, anything that's kind of small, imagine a chemical going and being sprayed on something small. There's a huge surface area, isn't there? And that surface area will all be covered in chemicals. Excuse me, I'm going to take my microphone off to have another cough. Excuse me. So yeah, do a bit of research yourself, but I eat organic as possible. and I add in organic foods. So don't worry too much if you go, oh, I eat this and it's not organic, oh, I eat that and it's not organic. Don't worry. Just, you know, if you're there and there's organic carrots and there's normal carrots, buy the organic ones. You know, maybe baby steps, try buying, you know, one thing organic every week. If you're a dairy or meat eater, you really must. Everything must be organic. Because, I mean, even then you can't really guarantee, but yeah. So anyway, there's organic polenta flour here, organic hemp protein, organic oat bran, organic chickpea flour, and then there's vitamin D3 plant source from lichen or lichen, wherever you're from. I use the American way of saying lichen. Lichen's really, really interesting because it's grown in, well, you can see it on trees. It's that lovely little green thing. And reindeer eat it as their vitamin D source in the north. So yeah, that's the vegan source that we use. Some dog foods use sheep's wool as their source, and therefore shouldn't call themselves vegan because it uses sheep products. So do watch out if you're buying vegan dog food at the moment where your source comes from, if that matters to you. I should have brought the lid to this really, shouldn't I? Oh God. Do you know what? I might just like add it in. Let me talk about the supplement, hey? So this is the supplement, and this contains all the amino acids and nutrients lacking in a plant-based diet for dogs. So you may have seen nutritionists or various different pages on Facebook or people talking about feeding a plant-based diet or a vegan diet for dogs without using any supplementation. We don't agree with that, and none of the nutritionists that we work with agree with that, because actually we need to make sure that they're getting all the essential acids that they need. So, you know, things like methionine, taurine for heart health, you know, there's all sorts in here. I say all sorts, there's loads and loads. It's a small amount of supplement which you do need to add to make sure that your dog's meal is complete. Now, to me, this is, you know, this supplement is free from artificial additives, it's free from colorants, and it's free from preservatives. So the shelf life date of these isn't that much because it's fresh food. So yeah, fresh whole foods, which means, yeah, not as convenient as a tin that might last for years, but it's really, really important to add in fresh foods into your dog's diet. Okay, so this is cooking nicely. What I'm going to be doing now while we're waiting for that to cook is to make the supplement topping. So you need a bowl. My scales are over there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh out 60 grams of sunflower oil already. You can supplement the sunflower oil for, I'm not going to say rapeseed oil, I don't like rapeseed oil. I'm going to say, oh, I've forgotten the seed. Oh, sesame. You must not use things like vegetable oil, which is basically just a load of different vegetable, who knows where vegetable oil comes from. And you mustn't use olive oil. As lovely as olive oil is, it doesn't have the right compounds that dogs need. Right. Okay, so we've got our 60 grams of sunflower oil there. Now, bananas. I'm using these bad boys. I was looking for organic, couldn't find them. And the reason now, even though bananas have a skin, and I think, oh, it's really hard for them to be sprayed, and even though the roots might absorb the chemicals, You know, because when you're thinking about what you're buying organic, you're thinking, right, is the spray directly going on that leaf or on that strawberry, etc. Anyway, the reason why I look for organic bananas now is because I saw this video about them being sprayed with chemicals after being picked. And I was like, oh, so, you know, am I touching it now? So I don't know. I don't know what's real and what isn't these days. So I need to look into it really a bit more. You know, is banana one of the really, really important ones that you have to get organic? Because remember, you know, you'd be paying a fortune if you had to have everything organic, which I try as much as possible. Hello, my darling. Obviously, organic is they're a bit smaller as well. These are sustainably harvest ones, so these are a bit smaller too. Normally about four small bananas, or actually there's a grammage there. It says 4 bananas mashed or 3 large, because the difference in bananas is huge, isn't it? Now, you can't actually supplement the bananas for anything because there's nothing that kind of matches them in levels of potassium, etc. So if your dog doesn't like bananas, this recipe kit isn't for you. But the Mighty Millet and Quinoa recipe kit, which has completely different plant proteins to this one, will actually suit your dog because it doesn't have any banana in it. So it has, you know, and that's why we have 2 different kits, because we specialize in helping dogs with tummy troubles and itchy skin troubles. So if they're allergic to a certain type of protein, then hopefully the other kit, which has completely different proteins, will help them. Now, these bananas are pretty tough, and that means that they are healthier for you because it hasn't turned into sugar as much. So yeah, loving the workout. Ooh, love it, love it. Love, 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 love. So you're probably thinking, what is she doing? What is this supplement topping? So you'll see it. This is going to turn out into like a cake-like mixture. That's what it's going to end up looking like. And I'm really kicking myself now because literally it's not even boiling yet. If it was boiling, it would just need 5 minutes. But the water with this, I don't even know if this is going to run out, is actually nightmare. Is actually, it's not boiling yet. This is my mistake. I didn't plan very well for this live. Does anybody follow the vegan zombie? Because he plans his lives really well. I mean, I'm sure things go wrong, and he has other people there as well, I guess. I guess I'm just on my own here. Okay. And so we just need the supplement. So this is already weighed out for you for this one batch. So dead easy. In it goes. And then all you need is a tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm going to put 2 in because, hello, my love. She's come to see what's happening, aren't you? She's like, she can smell the veggies and the peanut butter, I bet. There we go. So this, I just buy these in bulk. I'm really annoyed at myself. Maybe if I put these on top, it might start boiling. Right, I'm going to mix that up. A lot of people have asked me, oh, are you going to do a raw recipe? Much more difficult than I thought. I have been working with a nutritionist on getting one done. Much more difficult than I thought, because obviously, you know, we need to make sure that digestibility's spot on. So do keep posted on that. It might be that some of the ingredients aren't raw, but it's certainly going to be easier, and it's going to be whole foods. Okay, that's the supplement topping. Let me show you what that looks like. So that's the topping. And what we're going to be doing now is these, I'll post the link to these, by the way. They're the most amazing thing ever. They're literally just silicone trays. And because obviously we live in a plant-based family, I just use these for Fleet and me. And they get used all the time. I'm actually going to buy some more. There's a little crack there. I've had these for 4 years. Ridiculous. So there's a metal bit all the way around. And what you do is you put the cake mixture in there. And it's easy to pop out. And I'm just going to show you. This isn't going to boil, and you guys aren't going to wait for ages. So next time I do this, I'm going to do it with my tea millet, and I'll make sure I use boiling water or something. But talking about raw, because these are in small pieces, Fleet will be able to digest these anyway, because look how small they are. And they're actually quite, you know, flaccid. What an awful word to use. It depends. Sometimes it's a nice word. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to put my protein in here. And the actual recipe says to keep cooking it and keep stirring it. But I have done this many times and seen a lot of Fleet's poos and checked up on everything. And there really is no need to keep cooking. All that's needed is the hot water. So here we go. I'm gonna, yeah, that's boiling now. Put that in there. Okay. And then where's my spoon? There it is. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is why you need that big wooden spoon rather than, you know, plastic and metal that I've broken so many of those. Literally so many. Now, because this hasn't boiled as well, it's actually very gloopy. This is just, I can't believe this. I've literally done this so many times and and every time it comes out good. And then the first time that I do it live, it's not actually the second time, but oh my gosh. This is like an absolute gloop. Well, I can't post this now, can I? Oh my goodness me. So if this happens to you and you feel, oh, all downhearted, don't worry, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to bulk this up with a little bit of oat bran. I have got those treat packs there, but yeah, I'm going to use oat bran. You shouldn't really do this though, because you need to know how much, you need to know exactly what the nutrients. So this cooked completely is actually fully balanced, but I want to show you what it looks like when it goes into the pan. There we go. There's the oat bran gone in. Just a little bit to soak it up. I can't believe this. So when it boils, right, the water evaporates. This is just so simple. And this is why it's hard for me to tell people that I can't give you weights. So I couldn't say, right, for a 5 kilogram dog, you need to give this weight. Because when everybody cooks, they've got different cookers, they've got different, you know, everything's different going on. So I can't say weight, you need to portion it out. And that's why on the recipe kit, it's by portion. So you look at what you've got completely, and then you know that this much is a portion for Fleet's full day. And then you know that she's got the full nutrients for that day. And so because water weighs so much and there's different levels of boiling, like this is exactly what's just happened. This is actually, I don't even know why this has happened. I guess it's because I always boil it. This will actually solidify up a bit. I'm gonna show you my muscles now. Right, let's go like this. Oh, oh, there we go. And then Fleet can actually lick the end of this. I've never made a batch this wet. Never, ever, ever. I mean, I guess it just shows that I'm human. But what it doesn't show is how amazing the recipe kit is and how easy it is. Which is what I wanted to show you, because it is easy. But you'll see that this will actually solidify up now. It's probably easier actually than if it was really, really, there's me, eh? Everything's fine. Right, while that cools off, I'm going to chat to you about something else. So I've made the supplement here, but you must not add the supplement whilst this is hot. The reason is the supplement contains amino acids and, you know, the B12 and everything that your dog needs. And there's things in there which actually they weaken if exposed to heat. So obviously it means that your dog doesn't get the amount that they need, which is, you know, really, really important. And that's what makes home cooking so scary for people, I think, is to like, oh, I want to make sure that my dog's got everything that they need. And with this, like, I know that this is going to have, it's got a bit of extra oat bran. So I guess I'll look at Fleet's weight. But, you know, I know that this has got everything in it. And this is for Fleet for 4 days. So I will freeze one, and then I'll put one in the fridge, and I'll cut it down, and that's 2 days worth and 2 days worth. You treat fresh food for dogs just like you would with humans. So if people go to me, well, how long does it last in the freezer for? How long does it last in the fridge for? And I kind of just go, right, well, have a think about this. Like, how long would you leave something in the fridge, which is plant-based, until you eat it? Dogs, they do love a fresh food though. They really do. So if you've got a fussy dog, they might not eat it after 3 days in the fridge, you know, so do defrost and, you know. And people are like, oh, I've not got enough room in the freezer. Okay, well, that's no worries. If you've got a smaller dog, you can half this recipe, do half and half. The bags are actually resealable. Both of these have got a resealable top. So you could do that. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like everything to do with, there was actually a question. I'm going to have a look if there's a question. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's just thumbs ups. Thanks everyone. I've actually done Facebook Lives before, and I found it easy. I'm not sure how YouTube Lives work so much, but I do want to do like cross posting lives. If people could just comment if they want me to cook other things too, like different types of treats, or, you know, talk about something whilst cooking, then I'm happy to do that. Okay, so there it is. This is going to cool, and you can see already it's kind of like solidifying. I didn't bring my Tupperware, but what I'll do is I'll post the link of the Tupperware into the description as well. But anyway, when this is cooled down, I put the topping on and then portion it up. Now, if anybody's ever got questions about portioning or anything at all, or cooking, if you've talked to me before on, you know, Messenger, through YouTube, on comments, you'll know that I'm always there to talk. And if there's a question I don't know the answer to, I've got my nutritionists, so we'll always be able to figure it out for you. You know, some people have got like specific needs for their dogs. Some people will say, oh, I'm on a low phosphorus diet. Does my, you know, all those type of questions. I'll be completely honest. If the food is not for your dog because they need a special diet, then it's not for your dog. If it does suit your dog, I'll be saying, this is going to suit your dog. Give it a try. Now, I also will post a link where you can try for free. And I'll also post a link to gather information. If you're from, for instance, I don't know, the States, or from somewhere in Asia, and you want, you know, you're interested in these recipe kits, then do let me know. I'm looking at the packaging at the moment because I've got this other recipe as well. So we're going to be doing a whole overhaul of everything. So it's just useful for me to know what the kind of demand is out there. Because at the moment, guess what? There is no way to feed your dog fresh, vegan, plant-based food in the UK. There is actually in the US. It's packaged in lots of plastic and ready cooked for you. But there's nobody that offers what we offer here. So yeah, your support is greatly appreciated. Yeah, these are looking quite good now, actually, looking at them. I'll be doing another one of these as well. So yeah, keep an eye out. But anyway, that's it. Take it easy. See you later. Give your dog a hug. Bye.